Welcome to the Hawaiian Gardens Boxing program. Here today we're going to be demonstrating a little bit of light, somewhat of a light workout, being that we're having this pandemic going on. We're going to be doing a basic boxing workout. Like I said here, my name is Manny Nava. I'm the head boxing coach here with our other coach, Armando Valenzuela. And just want to tell you, like I said, the Hawaiian Gardens Boxing has been around over 50 years. We've had plenty of kids. Usually this room is filled with 35 to 40 kids every day. And being that this situation is going on, we're deciding to see if we can put something out to give a basic workout, so by the time kids do come back, they will be in somewhat of shape. Is there anything you'd like to add on to that, Mr. Valenzuela?
Yes, my name's Armando Valenzuela. I've been here with the program about 20 years now, basically. And first of all, I want to say, all you guys, especially our kids, be safe. This is very dangerous. That's what we're doing this video. You know, hopefully we'll, in the near future, our God will bring us right back to where we were, back to the gym and working all over. It's gonna come. But anyway, getting back to our boxing, what we need to do is stretch. It's very important. Every sport, I don't care what you play, you need to prepare your body for whatever athletic thing you're going to do. So basically what we start is something very simple. Stretching your hands up on your tiptoes and stretch your body like I'm doing right now for about 1 minute. You count in your mind from 1 to 60. Okay? And then once you finish that, you go to the next one. Excuse me, Emmanuel. You open up your hands like this and you rotate them clockwise for 30 seconds. And then you go counterclockwise for another 30 seconds. Once you get your circulation on your hands and your arms, then you start pushing your back muscle. You turn, you push your muscle like this for 30 seconds. Once you do it, of course, you're gonna do the opposite. Turn your muscles for 30 seconds. Once you get that circulated, then you touch your toes for 30 seconds all the way down.
Sometimes you'll be able to reach them, sometimes you won't, but then eventually you'll get to be able to touch them.
And then you come back up. Always take a deep breath. After you finish your 30 seconds, take a big breath, and then exhale real slow. And you're ready. Now you're ready to do the sit-down exercise. I'm gonna have Mr. Manuel Nava demonstrate the sit-downs.
So that's pretty much basically almost the same thing. You can put your left leg straight, right leg over your left leg, and you turn your torso, push it maybe by 30 seconds, hold it there for 30 seconds. Once you do your 30 seconds, eventually you're gonna just switch sides, put the left foot forward, the right foot forward, left over right, and you're gonna turn the opposite way, and you got a good 30 seconds going. Here, this actually stretches out your back muscles. And always try to push yourself, but you know, you can feel it in your body when you're going a little too far. So just everything you do, especially when it's something brand new, take your time, don't push yourself too much. It's an introductory, and then eventually you can step it up a little bit more. So then after you finish that one for 30 seconds, put out both of your feet and try to reach your toes, kind of similar to the one that Armando was demonstrating standing up. When you reach out, you can touch both toes on each foot, or you can go both on one. It's a little bit more elite. You can feel it a little bit with both hands on one toe. And do 30 seconds. Pull back. Give yourself your body a little chance to breathe, because you are straining yourself a little bit. And go back in after a good 5-10 seconds. Come back into the toe, and you can hold it. And like I said, you do each side 30 seconds each, 45 at max if you want. Like I said, and you can notice, especially if you're in a certain area that you feel maybe a little bit more tense, you might want to work a little bit more on that area. And if it's not that bad, like I said, you don't have to do it. The other one is also, and it's when you put your leg out, you can do it also bending one leg backwards, and you can go to this toe, and you can actually feel it under the leg. It helps you back down here in the back area of your leg stretching. And I even feel it a little bit in the calf. So like I said, you always, especially when you're just beginning the sport, if it's boxing, running, football, whatever you do, you have to stretch. Like I said, there's a whole lot less opportunity that you're going to end up with an injury because you stretch. Stretching is very, very, very important. So we do one leg, and you can even switch hands. Then it'll touch a different part of your leg on the stretching. So then after that, you switch sides. Like I said, you can do like 30 seconds. 30 seconds is pretty good. Like I said, unless you're having problems with it, then you can take your little extra time to do so. Feel a little bit more on this leg. I'm a little bit tighter in this area back down in here. So I can feel it. Go for 30 seconds. Switch hands. Woo! I can feel this one. This one's like I said, I don't know. I might be feeling it tomorrow. But like I said, they say stretching very essential for any workout. Which one? The other one was butterfly. Put both feet together, pull them in, and like I said, with your elbows, you can kind of push down a little bit on your legs, and you're gonna get a little bit further up in here of your leg to get some stretching. And a lot of times when you start jogging or doing some more walking than normal, you gotta make sure you stretch. That'll help out the soreness, especially too when you're starting a new activity. So you're holding down 30 seconds, and it actually feels pretty good. So just stretching, like I said, is very good for you, even if you're not working out. Just stretching itself can help you out. So it makes it 30 seconds there. I think that'll be it for the floor exercise. Yes. And for our next exercise after stretching out, the first exercise that you do here in the boxing program, and the first step of shadow boxing is called walking the line. So we're gonna have Mr. Valenzuela pretty much demonstrate on how you walk the line. And this is one of the most, I would say, most important things of the basics that you have to learn. If you want to learn about proper good boxing, you got to start, like they say, from the foundation. And this is one of the most important exercises to learn. The Mando's going to demonstrate.
It helps your balance, which is very important. Without no balance, you cannot do nothing. So once you educate your mind to balance your body, you're going to perform better. So.
And if you're a right-hander, which Mando is a right-hander, you start with your left foot forward on the left side of the line, and your right leg back. And he's going to demonstrate. He takes a step with his left, and then with his right. But the right leg never catches up to the left leg for you to keep proper balance. Like you're walking as a child, you're used to walking just left, right. But in this one, it's the same sequence, but you never let the back leg catch up to the left. So he's going to demonstrate as I speak. Go ahead, take your steps, Mando. So he's pushing off the back leg when he's going forward, and the left leg's going forward, and the right leg after, but they're not going at the same time. And when he's going backwards, he's pushing off his front leg when he's going backwards with the right leg. And as you see, both of his feet are pretty much from a foot to maybe 15 inches, maybe the max, apart from each other. And this is a proper stance, as much as proper stepping to the first stage of shadow boxing. This is, like I said, very important. It's like the foundation of a home. You got to have some good concrete if it's going to hold up all that weight. Same thing with good balance and good punching power is having that position. See if you can go up one more time, Mando.
Okay. And also, you're using your back muscle from your leg to push forward, your front muscle from your front leg to push back. Using your body, you got better balance.
So it's kind of like you're falling forward, huh, Mando?
Yes.
Kind of like you're falling forward, pushing off at the back and catching yourself on the front leg. So like I said, you get a lot of people that come in here, the first thing they do want to do is hit the bags. So no, everything has its time. We got to get proper stance, proper balance before you hit anything. And like I said, thank you for that exercise there, Mando. Good job.
Basically, once we conquer that, we got going up and down, our balance and everything. Now we're going to add the jab. The jab with our left hand is going to extend. Mr. Mayo now is going to demonstrate while we're simultaneously at the same time. Our left foot is moving while the jab is coming straight towards you. Ready? So just keep your eye on Mr. Mayo now. He's pushing the same thing we were doing. Now we're adding the jab. He's turning his shoulder properly, his shoulder, and then punch. He's using the shoulder to punch. Using the shoulder to punch, and then he's coming back. Same thing. Coming back. Same thing. Coming back. Same thing. This is very, very basic, This is so important, the most important punch in boxing. I don't care what you say. The jab, once you establish the jab, the way Mr. Mayo now is performing right there, you're not gonna have no problem. This is the most important punch of all the punches that you're gonna learn throughout the video here. As you can see, his balance is perfect. He's throwing his shoulder with the punch, and he's keeping his hand down. His fist is down. Everything is straight, eye level. He's throwing everything eye level. Perfect, no problem. He's coming back for defense and he throws. Moves back on a defense move, then he throws. Very basically. This is the most important. You have to do a lot of this. You have to. This is your number one.
A lot of repetition in the jab. It's something like Imano says, very important.
Sometimes double jabs, then later that comes into the advanced people. They could do a little speed, like man, you're speeding it up a little bit to perform, you know. That's a little advanced stuff. Now you got better balance. You're gonna be able to perform little faster. But just keep it basically until you get your balance. Everything is balance. No balance, can't box. There you go. See that? Thank you, Mr. Nava.
And pretty much after mastering the stepping and the jab, the next exercise would be to do a 1-2. 1-2 meaning left and right punch. And Mr. Armando Valenzuela is going to demonstrate the one famous 1-2 punch, which is a left-right, while simultaneously left leg, left hand, right leg. Try to do both when you go forward, doing the 1-2 with the 1-2 with the 1-2 legs also.
Okay.
There we go. And if you see, he's turning over his left hand. He's turning the right shoulder, stepping back, 1-2, stepping back, 1-2. Very good demo. On the way back, you can step back, 1-2. There we go. Very basic, very important punches, like we said, the jab, the 1-2. Like I said, keeping his hands up proper. Like I said, he's pretty much do one last step up. Come on, one last one. Like I said, we got 1-2, turning them shoulders, turning them hips, stepping, like I said, the left leg and the left hand at the same time. These are very basic punches, but like I said, we always tell people, you gotta learn the basics. You can't start out being Muhammad Ali first before you learn the basics. Dropping your hands and all that flashy stuff. You gotta make sure you learn, keep your hands up, your balance is proper, his punches is proper. Thank you, Mr. Valenzuela. Yes. It was a good demo, good demo.
After doing our lines right now that we demonstrated, how we go trying to pick up our heart rate, just a little more, and we use a jump rope. Mr. Mayo Nava will demonstrate the proper way to jump rope for beginners by keeping your feet, jumping every time you hit the floor, you gotta jump over the rope. And you start slow, basically.
Back in the days, I used to be pretty good at this. Let's see if we can still give you a good demo.
Very good, very basic. Very good, Mr. Nava. He's doing a great job.
Kind of let the jump rope kind of lightly touch. You don't let it hit too hard on the floor, because then it bounces back up and it hits your feet and then you mess up. So you got to hit it very lightly on it.
Okay, and we're doing this for 3 minutes. And you get a minute break. Once we stop, we take a minute, we take a deep breathe in, exhaust real slow. Try not to drink water until we get to the next round. We're going to do 3 rounds of this. Just trying to keep your rhythm. He's keeping his rhythm very good. Just a little
measure.
And if you mess up like this a little bit, don't feel bad. It doesn't mean nothing. Just pick up the rope and keep on going. It doesn't.
It's actually harder to go slow than to go fast.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
It's easier to go fast than to go slow, but then you get tired.
Now he's going a little more advanced, kicking up his legs, picking up the speed. And from there, there's no. You can go fast. We got some young kids that can hum it real.
Sit there and triple jump it. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that can be done, but you're gonna need to catch my breath.
We have a kid here by the name of Sammy, a tremendous jump rope. He can jump this rope like unbelievable.
Make it dance like some of the old fighters, Sugar Ray Robinson, he was a guy like a master at the jump rope. He was actually a tap dancer, that's probably why.
But this exercise, just notice he's breathing just a little hard. It picks up your heart rate. It gets your body going, gets your body ready to work out.
And this jump rope, like I said, it accelerates your heart rate. It's good for the legs and coordination also. We get a lot of kids that come in here and can't jump at all. Mondo has a little system that he works with them of actually kind of just turning the rope. Every time you get the rope about this level, this is when you got to jump. So Mondo gets them to do something similar to what I'm doing now. And once the rope gets to this level, he has them jump, and within a month or so, the next thing you know, they're jumping pretty good. Yeah, like, wow, I could never jump rope. Well,
yeah, we've had kids that never seen a jump rope. 1 month later, the parents come in here, what?
He said some of these guys are crisscrossing later, double jumping, making the rope going around twice every time they jump. It's like, man, I remember I couldn't even jump. Like, yeah, that and losing 10 pounds, you're looking good.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Nava.
For our next exercise, we're going to have Armando demonstrate what is called running the ring. Running the ring is actually something very beneficial for your legs, strengthening your legs and getting stronger to be bouncing around. Like a lot of people say, well, all they're doing is running up there in the ring. Well, even if you're just running and you're not used to the ring, the actual padding in the ring, it actually tires your legs out. So part of the exercises of running the ring, that we'll have them do 3 rounds, 3 minutes. As you see, Mr. Armando Valenzuela, he's up there demonstrating running the ring. And I know some of you at home, of course, do not have a ring. And you can actually put something out in the backyard, like maybe a trash can lid or a frisbee, 4 frisbees or markers that you can place on the floor, like we put some here on the floor, and you can see. And also can do the same exercise in the backyard, which you'll be running in circles around your markers. As long as you put down something that's safe, you know, not harmful, not sharp, you know, make sure it's careful. Just like you can't put any of your little brothers on the floor or nothing like that. It's got to be very safe, the items you're using. So I don't know if you'd want me to, should I demonstrate what the markers we put out here? You got to keep your hands up as much as. You can see my feet are pretty much parallel and going a little bit of a hop. We usually go a good 4 or 5 times around. And after we do the 4 or 5 times going to the right, well, we switch to the left. And usually me or Armando will actually tell them, you know, switch. And as we yell switch, of course they go the other way. This is also good cardio work, as much as good for your legs, get your heart rate pumping. And this is another good exercise that you can use at home, and how we just demonstrated it with other markers. And when we go back to normal, well, you'll get to do it in the ring again for the new people that'll be coming in, as much as the ones that have already been here. And that is the exercise of running the ring. 3 minutes. 3 minutes work, 1 minute rest. So you go 3 minutes work, 1 minute rest, 3 rounds, and that finishes up your exercise of running the ring.
Now we go to another phase of the workout, which is called a speed bag. There's different types. There's a peanut, and there's a regular. This is regular size. This is the one we use here in the gym. And there's a bigger one, which it's just for older guys like me. And basically, Mayo Nava is going to demonstrate how to hit it. And very simple. It's just a 1-2 combination. Right hand, left hand, right hand, 1, 2.
What is the rhythm we use, Mother, to learn how to hit it?
Hit it 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and
right hits 1, 2, 3 times. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. You can get somebody to hit it like this, then they'll be able to hit it hard. But you have to learn this rhythm first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Very slow. It's like learning how to walk. You got to take those steps slowly. Eventually, that same 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, eventually we'll be hitting in this sense, which is the same rhythm, just a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. And like I said, this is the same exact rhythm as hitting it fast, which is super slow. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So guys that hit it fast are doing the exact same thing, just speeding up the process. Pretty much the basics of learning how to hit this bag, and we're not going to try to get there and all crazy or anything, just the basics. You learn that basics, you'll be hitting it in no time like a pro. You keep practicing. Like everything here in the boxing program, there's a lot of repetition, there's a lot of refining. Once you continue to do the repetitiveness, the refining, you'll be hitting it like a champ, you know. So.
And there's different styles of hitting it. Right now, this is just the basics, 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of ways of hitting it, and that's the advanced. When we get to an advanced day, we're going to show you guys the more advanced way of hitting it. But right now, this is the 1, 2, 3 system.
And this is the basics is pretty much what you need. We got a lot of kids in here do all kinds of fancy stuff, but just for the basics, this thing, as much as Mondo was talking about eye and hand coordination, as much as the higher you put it, the main purpose, it strengthens your shoulders. From keeping it, the higher you put it, the higher you're hitting it, you're putting a lot more work on your shoulder, you start building your shoulder. That's one of the most important parts to build on a boxer is his shoulders, and just keeping the hands up, throwing the punches, the arms getting tired, and being able to keep them up for 10, 12 rounds. So this is a very good exercise to start building on that.
Once we finalize the bottom of what we just completed, it's very important that we do a set of push-ups and crunches. And Manuel's going to demonstrate the reason why these are very important.
And like I said, we finalize the workout. We got to finalize with working our core. The saying says, if you take care of your core is going to take care of you. So we're going to do some core workouts for some that can do sit-ups and crunches, and some planks for some that maybe need a little extra help to get to the push-ups. So I'm going to go down and demonstrate, and maybe Mondo will continue talking.
Okay, well, Manuel's down on the floor. What he's doing, tighten up his stomach. He's doing his crunches, bringing his knees and his chest come together. And notice he's always up in the air, he's just sitting on his buttocks, and the whole body's right there. All it is tightening his stomach right there. Very good job, Manuel. Very good. And you do a series of those. Actually, we do about 10, and then we go back to 10, and then we go back to 10. Now, the next exercise is doing a sit-up. He's coming down, tightening his stomach. All it is right here. See, all the stomach is getting tighter. Do a series of 10. Very good. Very good. Try to keep your feet flat on the floor. For some that can, that's okay. Put something that can hold your feet. You know.
When you do it without someone holding your feet, it's a lot tougher.
Yes,
yeah, because when they hold your feet, you're tightening up your legs, and you're cheating a little bit. But if you can do it without someone holding your legs, that's good. But if you need to start with somebody holding your legs, not too bad, and then you'll work your way up. I'm going to do a demo of a plank for some of the ones that can do the exact push-ups. We have them start out with planks.
Plank right there. See that? Just holding right there. Tightening. He's tightening his back. He's tightening his muscles on his arms. Everything is working for him.
If you can do 10 to 15 seconds, that's good. If you can do 30, even better. But you start working from this position, then eventually you'll start being able to do the push-ups. A lot of people want to quit and say, I just can't do it. Okay, well, you can't do that, but we're going to try something else. You can do 15, 20, 30 seconds and do different sequences of that. And anything you do, if you feel a little pressure, you say, well, take a little bit of a breather. I got my breathing, I got a little accelerated, so I said, well, I'll take a good 5-10 second breather, and then I'll go down and do me a good 5 push-ups, see if we can still do them. It's been a little while.
All right. So, proper way. You notice his back is all straight. Doesn't have his butt sticking up in the air. He's flat. He's using his arm muscles, tightening up. His head is straight. It's not crooked. That's a perfect push-up right there that he's doing. Thank you, Mando. And that's going to conclude this section. Okay, now we're going to demonstrate just a little bit of how to protect your hands, which is your basic tools for boxing. If you don't protect your hands the proper way, then you're gonna mess up everything. Your hands got to be protected. What we do, basically, we get a 1-inch tape, and I think this is the one up the wrong way. Okay, here we go. And we go to the wrist. The wrist is very important that we protect the wrist. So what we do, real light, nothing tight. You notice I'm not even putting no pressure on this wrist. You go around it, and you cut, and you're done. Okay, his tape is right there, basically to protect the wrist. Now you get your wraps, and what you're trying to do, you're trying to do a little pouch right here. Wrap it around several times. You fold it in half, and you put it over your knuckles. Open up your hands, gotta be like this. Put it over your knuckles, and once you go around it one time, now you hold it in place. Once you're in place, you go back up to your wrist, you go around the wrist twice, and you go back down to your thumb. Very simple. Now you're at your thumb, now you're protecting this middle part of your body, right, of your hand. This is very important right here if you don't protect that. Now what you do, you crisscross, and you come through small finger, you ask the fighter to make a fist, and you build a fist, and go back like an X. You're gonna create X. Coming back, you ask to make a fist, and you come in right back. Same thing with the middle finger, last one, you come back, make a fist, and he's coming back. Now, all you gotta do is keep putting more on your wrist. Remember, you gotta do your X, pulse your fist, coming back to your X a couple times. Once you establish that you got enough right here to protect this part of your hand, now you go over the top, make a fist, going around it.
Cleaning it up.
Cleaning it up, just putting it, tightening it up. Every time you open it, it's making the fist. Crisscross through the middle. You go around it again. Go back to the wrist. You go back to the X. Once you got the X established, now see how he's got his hand real good. Come back. Now you go to the thumb. Thumb's very important. You go back to the thumb. Back to the wrist. The wrist is very important. Now, to me, the wrist is very, very important. That's where all your impact. You feel most of your impact right there. Go back to your X. Once you get your wrist, your X right here is protecting this part of your hand. There's a little bump that comes out when you don't protect this part of your hand. And your pad, make a fist. Now you're protecting your knuckles right here. You push it hard. Now you can put a little power. It's not even in there tight.
Yeah, it's snug, but not too tight.
Not too, right there. Once you get it done, bang, come back out. And you put the excess in the bottom. You can have like a little ball. Now you can grab it, and his hand is protected. You notice? Put up your hand. You don't need nothing here, nothing to protect there. Once he makes a fist, now you got protection for your wrist right here. You got protection on your knuckles. These are the three main areas to protect. And that's how he can hit, and he's got proper protection for his hands. Okay?
Basic
stuff. Yes, sir.
Now you get to take it off all by yourself.
Yeah. And then later on, when this competition is, you put a lot of tape on it, and that's more a little advanced.
Tape at least on you put it at the end, around the wrist.
Around the wrist.
So then Mikey can have more time to take it off.
Take it out. Notice that I'm not putting no pressure on the tape.
But the only thing for competition, you can't put tape on the wrist like he did.
Crisscross. See what I'm doing? Crisscrossing. Boom. He's ready to work out.
Ready to compete. Put you in there for a fight.
All right. Check it out.
Well, first off, we want to thank you here from the City of Hawaiian Gardens Boxing. Hope you enjoyed the video, and like I said, if you look at all the workouts, pretty much are 3 minutes work, 1 minute rest. So if you're doing the lines of boxing, the shuttle boxing, as much as the lines, you do 3 minutes work, 1 minute rest, and make sure, like you said, you look at how we demonstrated it. And if for some reason you feel it's a little bit too difficult, maybe take a step back and watch the video again and watch the exact way that we demonstrated. If for some reason, if you happen to have any conditions of any type, maybe before starting any workouts, make sure you check with your doctor first. Like I said, everything here is basic, and for anybody basic should be able to catch on. And the whole thing about being safe, and like I said, just continue to do, once you do the workouts, continue to do them and polish them, refine them, and we'll be looking forward for you guys to come in and working out here hopefully pretty soon. I'm not sure, is there anything you would like to add, Mr. Valenzuela?
Yes, basically, remember when you're working out, these workouts we just did, try not to overexert yourself with too much water. Take a little sip here and there. I know you're gonna start feeling a little tired or fatigued. A little bit of water. If you drink too much water, you're gonna get tired real fast. Just measure your water like we do here in the gym. We don't want you to take excess amount of water. And all I can say is be safe out there. Try to stay home, follow your parents, whatever they want you to do, and just be safe. And then hopefully in the near future, we're gonna meet back up here. Manuel and I have waited for you guys, and just stay safe. God bless you.